hockey differ from regular season hockey?
Good question. I think ice surface seem to shrink, less time and space, so we got to be quicker on your decisions.
Grand Rapids, are they a defensive team? I think they allowed the second fewest goals within the division. I mean, is that what their bread and butter is, playing sound defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think they are. They're structured. They're good. They got a good goalie, obviously, that's having a good year as well. So I think the combination of the two.
Interesting format for this series with you guys being the lower seed, but you get game one here in Rockford. How much does that give a boost to your guys knowing you get to start things off in Rockford?
Yeah, we'll take it, right? It's always nice to start at home, and the way the schedule fell, I think it was some ice issues on their side that made that work for us. So we'll definitely try to take advantage of it.
How important are these next few weeks, or hopefully many weeks, for the development of a lot of these guys, even the veterans like Reichel and Phillips, who've been around for a while? What does this mean for their growth and development?
I like that they're veterans now, right? No, they've been through it now. No, I mean, I think it's important. Anytime you play in playoff hockey, you learn something new, and just going through the rigors of it, I think it's important for anybody's development.
And players like Gus do have that playoff experience. How much does it help to have that guy in the locker room or other people with that playoff experience? How much do the younger guys really need to lean on someone like that?
Yeah, no, it helps. Gus has been here a couple of years now, and obviously last year was a big part of it as well. And even a guy like Sanford, who forget he won a cup right with St. Louis, so he's got some experience being around. We have Chris Kunitz here that's been in our development staff, and obviously he's got a pedigree of winning. So just having guys like that around is huge for our younger guys to lean on and ask questions.
And what do you think the biggest struggle is for a younger skater? Obviously, it's more games. It's probably the first thing where they kind of have to manage that if they're not used to it. But what is the biggest adjustment for a young player to playoff hockey?
I think that's a great question. It's probably more for them, but I think everybody's different. But I think the biggest thing emotionally, like just being in the moment and keeping your composure. There's stakes are higher, so not getting too dragged into your emotional roller coaster and just keeping an even keel and also kind of like understand that the things are happening quicker. There is less time and space out there. That some of the stuff that you may have gotten away with in regular season, you probably won't get away with at this time of the year. So just that understanding.
You guys played so well the last couple months, maybe as well as any team in the AHL. How much does that momentum help right now? And for maybe somebody who's never seen the IceHogs from another HL city or whatever, what would you describe as the reason why this team has played so well in recent months?
Well, two-part question there. Well, I think it helps us. I think we feel good about where our game is at. I think the last part of the season here has been really good on a lot of different levels. So that part of it, we feel good about where we're at. We understand it's a new season, so everything kind of resets and starts from zero. Our identity is, we check well. We're a good team that defends well. And then we have, obviously, our special teams have been really good down the stretch here. Our goaltending's been really good. So those things hopefully can continue to carry us here.
Yeah, with the goaltending, you just take it game by game from here on out? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've both been really good all year. And so I think, we're feeling really good about either one of them right now. So we'll make a decision here.
How does the approach and the start of this postseason differ from the last 2 years? I know tonight, Texas and Manitoba, they start their best of three series this evening. You guys obviously get 5 days to prepare for that first game against Grand Rapids. How does this differ from the past two postseasons for you?
Well, I think to your point there, the quick turnaround in that series is tough at times. So this will give us a little bit of breather, reset, kind of get a better idea of, obviously we knew who we were playing. So be able to prepare for Grand Rapids a little bit more than years past, where you went from one series to another pretty quick, and so I think that's the biggest difference.
And looking at this roster in these past couple of 3-3s, you guys have infused it with a couple of young prospects, Lardis, Ludwinski, Misiak. I'm probably forgetting maybe one or two others. How much have they, what's it like to add those guys at this point in the season? First exposure to pro hockey being at the highest level when players are at their best right now.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought they handled it really well. It was the last game they meant something for us, and they came in and contributed, and it was really it was good for us to get to know them as an organization, to see them on the ice, management to see them on the ice, and for us to be on the bench with them and get to know them. I thought it was, and they handled it well. So really happy with it.
Reichel making his return back here after a lot of pro hockey under his, or NHL hockey under his belt now. What have you seen, like, you know, just him skating, anything different about him, maybe pregame, postgame, the way he's skating out there? I mean, what do you think his biggest change has been over some NHL time?
Well, I think he's growing into his body both physically and mentally. I think he's maturing both physically and mentally. And, you know, it's just the firmness seems to have a little bit more man strength now than maybe years past. But, you know, everybody's always see the talent and the potential. But now he looks a little sturdier on the ice, stronger on the puck. So all those little things that comes with time, sometimes with age and just strength.
And what do you want to see from him during his time back with Rockford again here?
Well, we want to see him score a lot of goals. No, I mean we know what he can do when he's at his best. So our job is to help him reach that and kind of just being contributor every time he's on the ice, both ends of the ice. He'll have a big role. So.
Is the message to him continually just be assertive out there, be aggressive?
Yeah, we want him to attack. We want him to be in attack mode, and also like I think that at times you look at him as a pass first guy, and I think he is a really good distributor of the puck, but want him to attack the net to, like I said, score goals as well.
Speaking of guys that have stood out in this team, scored goals, Cole Gutman, you missed him the past couple of weeks with that upper body injury. Do you expect him to come back for this Grand Rapids series? Do you expect him to be out? What's his status?
Yeah, we're hoping that he can be back at one point in this series here.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, well, let me ask you one. Just popped in my head. Luke Phillips, so give us a little bit of a synopsis on where he's at right now in his development and what you're seeing from him recently.
You mean like missing a lot of times with Luke, with Philper? Is that what you mean?
No,
Isaac. Sorry, Isaac.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he's another guy that keeps taking steps in maturity in his game. He's in the first couple of years, he was, you know, almost like a wild stallion at times. But he's calmed himself down. He's more in control of the game, and his biggest strength is his athletic abilities and his skating, and we encourage him to use that while being in control. So I think his game has grown a lot over the last 2 seasons here.